Hello, Facebook. We're here with our final nine tribal council. Just to update everyone, Molly or Mandy respectfully did ask us to leave the game personal reasons. She will remain on the jury, but just kind of update everyone here. Um, so let's move on right to questions. And I'm going to you first. Congratulations on winning individual immunity. You have a spot in the final eight. How does it feel? Does it feel great with being two steps further essentially now?
Yeah, I mean, I've never won an individual immunity challenge post merge. So this feels great. I feel like I'm a fucking silhouette right now. Um, as you know, as everyone who's won immunity so far has stated, like it feels great. I mean, you never know where the game is going. So and to win a bowling challenge, I love bowling. So to win something bowling related, that's I'll tell my parents about that next time I call. So
We love that. Sharing with the family, we love that. All right. I'll get to Molly's question because she asked when her professional. I said, "You are the first person to reach your previous placement in the game. How does in the game? How does that factor into the vote tonight to surpass that?" Yeah, it feels great to have gotten at least that far. I don't know how much it'll affect my vote, but I'm stoked to have made it. I tried to read that in her voice. I'm sorry, y'all. Um, all right, um, so Antonio, that moves on to you. So McCall, we kind of seen these merge votes kind of seem a little simple so far. So we see McCall, Kevin plays Idol, McCall is the backup, essentially goes out right back from Edge. And then Peyton, who played Shot Dark earlier in the season, ends up going out. And then Kevin, who negate all those votes in Idol, he goes out. Does this open up the game more so now that kind of like there's not as an easy vote anymore per se because everyone who's been voted for or saved essentially is out now.
That is a great question. And I think that's probably what, let's be honest, that's why you see all these grins amongst the tribe. Like, we were all talking about that shit. Like,
I know you're
kind
right.
of the easier portion of the game is over now. And like, what was Final 10 up until a little while ago, now it's Final 9. It's even harder. So yeah, it's tough, man. It's tough.
I'm over to Frank now with that. So Tony mentions we're at final nine now. We'll be at final eight, which means we haven't announced final two, final three, but we're looking down the line, right? So are people starting to think, who's good to sit next to in both positions? John, I'm not giving it away. You're getting close to the camera, but are people starting to talk through that and trying to figure out what's best for my game to win at the end?
Listen, Jay, I've been in survival mode for about, I don't know, half the game already as it is. So, I mean, I'm sure people are thinking about it, but I'm just trying to get round by round at this point and figure out as I go. Um, I, like I said, I've been in survival mode for so long that I'm scared to look forward, if that makes sense.
Fair enough. That's a great point. Sometimes it'd be like that. I'm moving over to Chris now. Miller, or yes, just order my screen. Sorry, I have to get used to that. I'm not used to having multiple of each name, but looking with this, we're at a point now where we call it a lead role. You're coming back for casting calls, Century Tribal Council, but somebody is out singing everybody, basically. Who is that person who's gonna be out singing everyone? And like, is there somebody driving that, or where do you feel you are in terms of that lead role?
Assuming I understand your question
It's like the
correct,
bus question, but with the theme. Yeah.
let me give my soliloquy and then I'll get on with the answer to my question. So, assuming I understand your question correctly, you want to know where on this cast I might fall. Am I a leading role or am I more of a backup player or am I just a stage crew who's just there? I'd probably put myself in as a backup, not a dancer, but the backup guy who's criticizing the dancer because he doesn't really know what else to do. But yeah, so if you want to know where I think I land somewhere within the realm of the casting category, I would say somewhere there. I think I'll in terms of who's actually the lead role and out singing people, we all know that's Bill. So
That is a great point. It has to be William over here. All right, I'll move over to Kayla next. So now we see this, it's rolling. It's deeper and deeper and deeper. So now, how crucial does each and every single vote come into play, and how to maneuver it, especially because we're getting silly in the game?
I mean, I think every vote is crucial. I think we all felt like Mandy leaving the game was crucial. Like that was we essentially lost a round of gameplay. And then I think we all got excited and thought like, oh, perfect. Does this mean we're gonna get out of tribal? And then you guys just decided, well, no, like why not? Let's have another double and throw you back into tribal, which I don't necessarily think like Mandy's name was on the table because nobody was saying a name. But then it felt like, oh, well, now Mandy isn't here. So that's one less option we all have. And then everyone started to actually kind of freak out a little bit and be like, okay, well, now what are we going to do? Even if Mandy wasn't the name. So every vote is crucial. I think it doesn't really matter where it fell. It's crucial, especially with things like Shot in the Dark and Advantages and Idols, very much still in play and still in play for the next couple rounds. Like, any kind of a play of any kind, Idol or Advantage could have like a huge snowball effect on everything else. We've seen it happen when our tribe tried to vote out Peyton and when we tried to vote out Kevin and that didn't work. So it kind of just, yeah, it's all crucial.
Okay. All right, so John, I'm going to move on to you now. We saw that I mentioned that tier list dropped today with the golden tickets. You saw challenge advantage, challenge peak, and then question marks. Was there any talk about those question marks, what it could possibly mean, what it could be at all?
Jay, we're at a point in the game where we're just considering what's going on in the vote. You drop a menu there and say it's 10 tickets, and most of us can't even fathom how to get 10 tickets, let alone consider spending them on something to find out what it is.
All right, well, good point. Let's see. I have two lovely victims left. Hi, Ava and Murphy.
Hello.
Hello. With and we have so with there being a short time period left, and we're starting to determine. There's winners, there's runner-ups, there's people who made it far. What is but does that matter, or what is like a particular threat in this game compared to others?
Right now, I personally haven't heard a lot of talk regarding whether people were winners or not. I feel like not to put anyone on the spot, but obviously I think that the winners could be concerned about it. But like, I personally haven't heard any talk. I think that everyone is playing a game. And like, for me personally, I did very well in my other season. I didn't win, but there were reasons I didn't get even into the final tribal that make me nervous. So God, I'm just rambling, but like, I think that this is a whole new game essentially. And it's not so much looking at placements, it's more looking at people's skills in various aspects of the game and not where they landed in the other games.
Fair enough. All right. So obviously, Chris, lastly, but certainly not least. So we're looking at this thing called the jury. Jury management came up last night. Tonight, depending, it could be potentially half full or a little under half full, depending on what we throw at you. So how crucial is that becoming now? Because it seems like two jurors kind of weren't too thrilled on their way out last night.
Yeah, they definitely weren't. I mean, I think it's stuff you have to consider, but it's also more important to get to the next day and just hopefully after the fumes settle that they respect the moves that you made to get to the next day. And hopefully if you get to the end, then I think they have to kind of respect that and be like, hey, they played a game and unfortunately they played it better than the jury did.
Great point. All right. So, with that being said, anybody else have anything they'd like to add or a pre-vote advantage they'd like to play? All right. Go into your confessionals, do your thing. I'll be back when I have them. There's 8 of you. We should be fine. Hello, I'm back. Where did Chris
Hello.
go? Oh, Chris is laying down. I was like, are we gonna do Chris? All right. At this time, if anybody has a hidden immunity or any other post-vote advantages to play, now would be time to do so. All right. No shot and darks were played. So I will go ahead and read the votes. Person voted out of 30 seconds. There goodbyes. And now up to jury. Be kind of wonderful, Oompa Loompa. First vote is for Molly. That is 1 vote, Molly. Next vote is for Frank. We are 1 vote, Molly, 1 vote, Frank. Next vote is for Kayla. We are 1 vote, Molly, 1 vote, Frank, 1 vote, Kayla. Next vote, Molly. That is 2 votes, Molly. Next vote is for Frank. We're tied again. 2 votes, Molly, 2 votes, Frank. Next vote, Kayla. We are tied again at 2 votes, Molly, 2 votes, Frank, 2 votes, Kayla. Next vote, Frank. Next vote, and the 15th person voted out of Survivor All Stars into Chocolate Factory, and the 5th member of our jury is Frank. Frank, that is enough tonight. Go ahead and say your final words.
Fuck you all. No. I had fun. I felt like I had no traction in this game anyways. I thought I was running up a hill this entire time, so I'm ready to lay down. I'm tired. Thank
Frank,
you for the invite.
you're welcome, Frank. You know, weren't quite sure if you wanted to play this game, but you did come play, and we are so grateful. You know how much I love you and as a friend and everything. And it was so great to have you play again. You filled in your
Yeah.
season. We had to have you back.
I
Just one more
mean, just
time.
be
Good.
one more thing. Stop being so fucking, bad gameplay. I haven't ignored the person the whole time and act like I'm surprised. I'm like professional. I'm like, I'm pretty sure I'm getting voted out. Like, come on, this is All Stars. Play like All Stars. Don't play like idiots. Oh, I told
Lord,
you have the idol. Yeah, there's an idol out there. Oh, that wasn't for me. Don't. Come on. Play like All Stars. Don't play like idiots. You guys played like idiots that round.
Frank, just one more time for everybody.
Ah, screw daddies.
All right. Thank you so much again, Frank.
See ya.
See. All right. Final 8. We'll be with you shortly for your 24-hour challenge.